Let's pop and chat. I don't add people in Discord. IG's on the screen.
And today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2025 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures such as Bigfoots and skinwalkers to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. Also stay tuned for a special and very scary nature clip at the end of this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we dive into the scariest new cryptid footage. This chilling creature encounter comes from a cemetery. A cemetery security guard was on the night shift when he reportedly began seeing shadows in the distance. At first he thought it was just some kids playing around in the cemetery late at night. But as he got closer to the area, he saw some kind of unidentified life form on the path. This is when he begins recording.
What the f...
The disturbing video taken on July 6, 2025 shows a dark, lanky creature with glowing eyes. It sticks its head up and begins looking directly at the guard. It sticks out its arms and slowly crawls closer to him. The way it moves is completely strange and foreign. It doesn't look natural at all. Then his flashlight goes off for a second, and he quickly turns it back on, and this is when the creature runs away. Then it quickly rushes directly at him, and all we see is its piercing, bright eyes. He runs out of the cemetery, completely leaving his shift for the night. Now, it wasn't mentioned if he ended up quitting his job after this, but I'm sure he did. Or I'm sure he at least got somebody else to cover the night shifts from here on out. But what's weird about this figure is at first when it's on the road, it almost looks like it's quadrupedal. It's down on all fours. But then it runs swiftly on two legs when the light turns off. This led some viewers to believe it's a shapeshifter, a creature or spirit able to take on multiple forms. Main theories mentioned from cryptid enthusiasts for this one include skinwalkers and dogmen. So shape-shifting witch spirits or predatory werewolf-like creatures. Which do you think it is? Or is it something else entirely? Let me know in the comments down below. This new cryptid video was just released to the public. It just came out on December 29th, 2025, though it originally comes from many years ago. But why it just now came out is unclear. The uploader asks, what is this creature walking on the road? Because he has no clue. The caption reads, quote, "It's walking on two legs, but its movement looks super strange. It seems tall and dark, crossing the desert path while the wind is blowing. Is it a person, an animal, or something else?" End quote.
What the fuck?
It also looks to be holding something on its shoulders. Maybe a dead animal or something, some kind of food it caught. Video analysts point out that it looks to have hooves. Its legs and feet almost look horse-like, while its upper body looks humanoid or primate-like. Now, legends of half-human, half-hoofed creatures show up all over the world. For example, centaurs, the Naklavi, and the Goatman. Centaurs come from ancient Greece and are perhaps the most famous horsemen. They have the upper body of a human and the lower body of a horse. Cryptid-style sightings in modern times are rare, but they're often reported in remote forests or mountains as tall, fast-moving figures that don't quite move like animals or humans.
Drop shipping paid for this car.
No chance. But with AutoDS, you can actually create.
The Naklavi is a darker, more horrifying horseman legend coming from Scotland. The Naklavi is described as a skinless creature, a human torso fused directly to the back of a horse-like body, with one massive eye and long, rotting limbs. It was said to bring disease, drought, and death wherever it traveled. And last but not least, the Goatman, which you may be most familiar with because it comes from the United States and Europe. It's just as the name suggests, a humanoid with goat legs, hooves, horns, and sometimes fur. It's said to stalk rural roads, bridges, and wooded areas, particularly in Kentucky, Maryland, and Texas. So is the creature in this video one of these legends? Many believe so, but I'll leave this one up to you guys to decide. Let's go ahead and take a look at a still shot of a huge dark creature. Some believe it's Bigfoot, and some believe it's the Dogman. It was reportedly taken on Navajo land, near Greasewood, Arizona. The woman uploaded the photo after her aunt showed her. Her aunt was the one who took the photo, so here it is.
That's more unlikely, really.
The woman's aunt took the image towards the end of a small canyon. She recalls she was tending to her livestock on her property when she heard some noises she described as strange. She didn't exactly say what the noises sounded like, she just said they were weird. Weird enough to make her venture out into the wilderness to try to locate them. That's when she eventually came across this creature at the end of the canyon. Diving deeper into the physical traits of the creature, it looks very large and muscular. It has a sturdy build. It was taken from rather far away and was snapped very quickly because the woman just wanted to get out of there. But because of this, it's slightly blurry, so we don't get to see everything here. It does look to have a maybe dog-like face though, from what we can see. Also, because it's crouched down, we can't tell if it's bipedal or quadrupedal. If there were a little bit more here to go off of, it would definitely be easier to identify. Like some skeptics say, it's an out-of-focus black bear, which could be the case, but something definitely does look slightly off about it. Black bears do reside in Arizona though, but it's unknown if they're usually found in this Greasewood, Arizona area. I don't really know about this one. It's pretty mysterious. Could this really be a dogman or a Sasquatch lurking out there in this remote area? Or can we explain it away? Let me know. A father owns a remote property out in the Appalachian Mountains. And since he's located out in the Appalachian Mountains, it's not too surprising he had an encounter like this. Because we all know how haunted and dangerous this area of the United States is said to be.
True
But
that.
anyways, he and his son and daughter were out in the woods this day, just exploring and hiking, something they would do often. And they have also had and recorded other creature encounters like this in the area, only adding to the mystery.
Guys.
What's that, Dad?
Well, this webcam is gonna.
Let's go back inside. Come on.
I'll just
Come on, guys.
the border for it off right now.
He starts filming his children playing in the dirt. But when they stand up, his son notices something strange in the distance. Seen is a humanoid creature that jumps insanely high. The way this thing jumps is crazy. It almost hops like a frog or something.
What the?
It jumps quickly and effortlessly, a leap too high to be a human. It has a hunched posture and its arms hang down way past its knees. It also looks to have dark, long hair atop its head. What is this thing, and how the hell did it jump like this? After the encounter, the father quickly rushed his kids out of the woods and into safety, not knowing what they just ran into. He also plays the footage in slow-mo and zooms in to give us a better look. But it also wasn't listed exactly what area of the Appalachian Mountains they were located in. The region stretches for about 1,500 miles from Newfoundland in Canada down through eastern North America, where it ends in central Alabama.
Yeah. Your boy is smack dab in the middle of the place.
But one important question remains. What could this have been? I seriously don't know. But what I do know is, whatever it was, we weren't meant to see it.
I'll be right back, chat.
There are all kinds of
Oh,
live
back to it.
shows, news broadcasts, and such, while Fox News was doing some live coverage on different places celebrating the new year. And when they flashed to Dubai, viewers noticed something out of place. Viewers from all around the world tuned in and watched as Dubai celebrated with an amazing firework display. But while they were distracted by the fireworks, some kind of unidentified craft flew through the shot.
Happy New Year, everyone. Did you see this UFO fly through the Dubai fire?
We see a green, almost saucer-looking craft fly by quickly in a straight line. It doesn't look like any kind of craft we've seen before. Skeptics, though, immediately said it could have been a drone or something, trying to film the fireworks from the air. But drones don't usually look like this. Also, if they were trying to get a good shot of the fireworks, it wouldn't have been soaring past super fast like this. Skeptics say the way the craft looks could have just been the result of the camera's rendering. Perhaps the craft or drone flew by really quickly and all we could see was the lights, creating an illusion of a UFO type craft. However, you would think with live feed cameras used by the news that they would be top quality and that they wouldn't have any rendering issues.
Yeah, for real.
So believers and skeptics remain in debate. But I thought this was such an interesting one, a possible UFO or UAP caught on camera on New Year's Eve, caught right as the new year begins. So does this mean 2026 is going to be even crazier than 2025? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The following is some more found footage that was just released. This one was allegedly taken in the 70s but was just released on September 14th, 2025. The caption reads, "Helicopter tracks mysterious sea creature." Let's take a look. Just as the caption states, we see a helicopter flying over the deep ocean, recording what looks to be a giant creature. We see a row of giant spines or fins sticking up out of the water. And whatever this is, it's moving extremely fast, considering a helicopter is having trouble keeping up with it. But if you've ever seen the Godzilla movies, this looks rather similar to the back of Godzilla. The creature seems to move effortlessly through the choppy sea. Now, many people believe in the
How's
idea
everyone's
of
night
giant
going,
unknown
chat?
sea creatures living in the deep ocean because of a mix of science, history, and persistent mysteries that still haven't been fully explained. One of the biggest reasons is that most of the ocean is unexplored. Over 80% of the Earth's oceans remain unmapped and unseen by humans. The deep sea is an extreme environment, pitch black, crushing pressure, and freezing temperatures, making exploration difficult. Because of this, people reason that large species could exist beyond our reach, avoiding detection. Another reason is the history of myth becoming real in the ocean. There are several creatures once thought to be legends that turned out to be real. The giant squid was considered a sea monster for centuries before being photographed alive. And the coelacanth, believed to be extinct for 66 million years, was rediscovered in 1938. So maybe this is a giant sea creature that will soon be discovered? Here is another mysterious and allegedly leaked photo. This one, though, is of an alien. It's not entirely known where this one comes from, but some are saying it was taken inside of Area 51, one of the most infamous places in the world for UFO and alien activity. Looking at the photo itself, though, we see a black and white grainy image of what looks to be an extraterrestrial. It's practically the textbook example of what you would expect an alien to look like. The bulbous large head, the pitch black enlarged eyes, the shiny gray skin, it's crazy. Everything about the image looks real too. The being pretty much looks like a human, but with a more emaciated frame and more exaggerated characteristics.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Now, Area 51 is a secretive U.S. military facility in Nevada, long associated with UFO lore. Beginning in the late 1940s, reports of strange lights and unidentified craft, combined with the base's extreme secrecy, sparked rumors of crashed alien spacecraft being studied there. While the government later confirmed Area 51 was used to test advanced aircraft, its long denial and classified activity helped cement its reputation as the center of America's alien and UFO mythology. So is this photo a piece of uncovered evidence from Area 51? If so, let's go ahead and add it to the long list. I just released some of the best Bigfoot merchandise of all time, from coffee mugs to stickers to all the clothing you could imagine. I present to you I Found Bigfoot. Everything comes in many different colors and sizes, so it's perfect for everyone. So if you love all things Bigfoot and you love what I do here on YouTube and want to support me, go ahead and grab some exclusive merchandise. All you have to do is scroll down below this video and you'll see my showcase of products and you can purchase them from there. Or you could simply visit the store from my YouTube homepage. Or you can simply visit maximumfear.myspreadshop.com. That's maximumfear.myspreadshop.com. Thank you very much, and back to the video. Alright, you guys know what time it is. Let's go ahead and get into today's wildlife clip. In my previous nature clips, I've included lots of bear videos, and this one here is another one. This one is brand new though. It just came out on November 22nd, 2025. A woman named Brooke took this eerie video.
What the?
Across the creek is a giant grizzly bear.
Better get out of there.
It's just staring her down. The entire video, it doesn't break eye contact. Then it slowly gets into the water, moving towards her, and I'm sure this is when she retreated, as this is when the video stopped. What would you guys do if a grizzly bear just stopped and started staring you down like this? If you do happen to somehow end up very close to a grizzly bear, your goal is to avoid triggering a charge and protect yourself if one happens. If you see a grizzly at close range, stay calm and do not run. Running can trigger a chase instinct. You should always speak softly and back away slowly if the bear hasn't noticed you or isn't approaching. You should avoid direct eye contact, which can be seen as a threat. And you should make yourself look non-threatening, not bigger. Keep movements slow and deliberate. If a bear approaches or charges, stand your ground at first. Many charges are bluff charges. Use bear spray when the bear is within 30 to 40 feet, aiming slightly downward in a cloud between you and the bear. And whatever you do, do not climb a tree. Grizzlies can climb and run faster than humans. This is just advice for grizzly bears. Black bears and other bears are different. But I figured I'd drop these tips here for you guys because who knows, maybe one day it could save someone's life. But if you learned something from today's video or enjoyed some of the clips, let me know in the comments and be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.
And now we're watching this one.
At West Virginia Virtual Academy, students across
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 7 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The True Cryptozoology subreddit is a popular community on Reddit that focuses on the strange and mysterious side of life, especially for those who believe in bizarre and unexplained creatures. This particular post was uploaded by a user known as Whole Negotiation 1843, and it shows a fisherman calmly enjoying his day out on a river somewhere in Thailand, when things suddenly take a very unsettling turn.
เป็นสัตว์ประหลาดเลยเฮ้ยโอ้โหตัวใหญ่เว้ยดูสิเนี่ยเอ้ยมันมาทางเรือเรานี่หว่าเอ้ยมันผ่านมาทางเรือนั้นเนี่ยโอ้โหเฮ้ยมีเขี้ยวด้วยว่ะ
Is that a freaking gator? Or a crocodile? A gator?
As you can see, some kind of strange creature slowly moving through the water as the cameraman films. It's clearly not an alligator or anything like that. Whatever this thing is, it doesn't look normal. Its body appears swollen, almost pale, and along its side you can make out what look like ridges or even exposed bones. The head area is what really stands out. It seems to have long pointed teeth, and a lot of them. It honestly resembles something straight out of a video game, almost like the Gulper from Fallout. What makes this clip especially eerie though is the way it moves. It doesn't just float lifelessly, instead it appears to drift with intention, gliding across the surface in a way that makes it feel alive. Some viewers believe this could be an undiscovered species lurking in Thailand's rivers. The shape of the mouth and the strange texture along its body certainly don't help calm those fears. However, others suggest there may be a more grounded explanation. The swollen appearance and what look like exposed ribs could point toward a bloated animal carcass, possibly livestock, carried by the current. Decomposition in water can cause bodies to swell and distort in unsettling ways, and subtle shifts in the current can sometimes create the illusion of purposeful movement. Still, even with that explanation in mind, there's something deeply unsettling about watching it glide across the river's surface. Whether it's a trick of nature or something far rarer, it's the kind of sight that would stop anyone in their tracks.
Pause this for a second. 3, 2.
This next video will be taking a look at dates all the way back to August of 2007 and was uploaded to a YouTube channel belonging to a man named Guy Terry, whose last upload was over a decade ago. The video shows 3 friends standing together in a room holding heart-shaped balloons while singing what sounds very much like the Happy Birthday song, only in German. They're smiling and clearly enjoying the moment, focused entirely on whoever they're celebrating, but those smiles don't last much longer.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag alles Gute, zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Alles Liebe zum Geburtstag, Mama.
At around the 20-second mark, a white figure can be seen reflected in the mirror behind them. It appears suddenly, standing out against the darker background of the room. And then, almost immediately, after it becomes noticeable, the mirror falls to the ground with no clear warning. It's the timing that makes this clip so unsettling. The pale shape shows up, and seconds later, the mirror crashes to the floor. To some viewers, it feels almost reactive, as if whatever appeared in the reflection didn't want to be seen. A more skeptical take, however, is that the entire moment could have been staged. The figure in the mirror may have been someone positioned carefully out of frame, or even a simple editing trick, and the mirror itself could have been loosened intentionally to fall at just the right time, creating a dramatic payoff. Still, whether it was an elaborate hoax or something far stranger, the sequence plays out in a way that's hard to ignore. It's quick, unexpected, and leaves you with that uneasy feeling long after the glass hits the floor. Over on Reddit, a user known as Pokezilla King posted a video that appears to show something very unusual happening on the surface of the moon. The crater in question is Copernicus, a massive impact crater located in the eastern region of Oceanus Procellarum. Named after the astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus, it spans roughly 93 kilometers in diameter and is known for its bright ray system. Formed during what's known as the Copernican epoch. Scientists believe it was created around 800 million years ago. The flickering light in this footage is said to be coming from the Copernicus crater on the moon. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the video. As you can see, a strange flickering reddish light appears to be coming from within the crater. The glow pulses and seems to stretch across a large portion of the crater's surface, leaving many Reddit commenters stunned. Some even pointed out how the light appears to span nearly the crater's full diameter. If this footage is legitimate, it's certainly a fascinating sight. The idea of visible light activity coming from a lunar crater immediately sparks speculation, from unknown geological processes to far more extraordinary possibilities. A more grounded explanation, though, is that the flicker could simply be atmospheric distortion or a camera artifact caused by filming the bright lunar surface at high zoom. Subtle shifts in focus can sometimes create colored flashes that appear to originate from the moon itself. For now, it remains speculation. Without further evidence, it's hard to say what's really being captured here. Still, even after centuries of study, the moon continues to leave us questioning what we're really seeing when we look up at it. A woman named Gina Rigney posted to her Facebook profile in July of 2025, stating that the following footage was captured on the security camera system she has set up inside her salon. The clip, recorded late at night, appears to show some unsettling activity that might make you think twice the next time you find yourself alone in a quiet salon after hours.
What the flip?
If you look closely, you can see what appears to be a blue candy dish slowly sliding across a table on its own at one point in the video. There's no one around it, and it doesn't look like anything physically touches it. The camera also seems to capture lights turning on and off in the background, adding to the uneasy atmosphere. In her post, Gina explains that her mother passed away in 2014 and used to work in the back of the salon with her. She suggests that maybe her mom's spirit is still there from time to time, possibly responsible for small moments like this. For those who believe, the idea is strangely comforting, a mother and daughter still connected even beyond this life. Of course, there are more ordinary explanations to consider. The dish could have been nudged slightly earlier and continued sliding due to a subtle tilt in the table, vibrations from nearby traffic, or even air pressure changes from a ventilation system kicking on. Still, knowing the personal connection behind the story gives the clip a different weight. Whether it's simple physics or something more meaningful, it's the kind of moment that lingers, not just because it's eerie, but because it feels personal.
Pause this to get moved for a second. How's
Over on
everyone's
TikTok,
night going,
a woman
chat?
known as Casey Creates posted a video to her account in February of 2023 showing her pet dog seemingly refusing to go outside at night without a flashlight. Casey thought her dog was just being cute, which is why she decided to grab her phone and start recording. Little did she know she wouldn't just capture her pet's behavior, but something far more unsettling.
Huh, what is that?
I didn't see this eye glinting, but I heard it move.
Hello?
Oh yeah, that's smart. Say hello to something.
Rocky, what? What is that?
Then I saw these eyes reflecting the light. My question is, if this one is a deer at this height,
That ain't no deer.
what is this one? Why is it staring? The way this one turns its head to look at me, though.
Come on, Rocky, let's go inside. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Not too far into the video, Casey's dog suddenly begins barking at something that isn't clearly visible yet, completely fixated on whatever's out there. Casey later described hearing something walking through the trees nearby. Then, out of nowhere, multiple sets of eyes can be seen reflecting back from the tree line in the distance. In Casey's own words, quote, "I couldn't initially see any reflective eyes, but the sounds grew louder. Suddenly, I spotted a pair of eyes gleaming in the flashlight's beam. My first thought was, if one pair of eyes belongs to a deer at that height, what might be lurking nearby?" The deer was staring intently, and the way it turned its head to observe me was both fascinating and spine-chilling. End quote. In the clip, it actually appears there are 3 separate pairs of glowing eyes, seemingly positioned at different heights among the trees, just standing there and watching. Some viewers were quick to suggest something far more sinister, pointing to the uneven heights and stillness as signs it wasn't just wildlife, even drawing comparisons to legends like the Wendigo lurking in the dark. A more grounded explanation is that these could simply be multiple deer standing at varying distances or on uneven terrain. Differences in elevation, slight dips in the ground, or even deer of different sizes can easily create the illusion of dramatically different heights in total darkness. Still, when you see several sets of eyes staring back at you from the tree line at night, it's hard not to feel a chill. Whether it's wildlife or something your mind doesn't want to fully process, it's a moment that makes the darkness feel just a little deeper.
To be honest, sometimes I actually have no...
A TikTok user known as European Seju posted a video to their account in January of 2025, showing a bridge overlooking a road on what appears to be a completely normal day. Based on the visible Tagalog text and signage in the clip, the footage was very likely filmed somewhere in the Philippines. At first, nothing seems out of place. It's bright outside, cars are passing below, and a man can be seen walking along the bridge. But as you might expect, things don't stay normal for long. From around the 3-second mark to the 14-second mark, a dark, semi-transparent figure appears to be following the man across the bridge. It's faint, almost blending into the background, yet distinct enough to make out a human-like shape trailing just behind him. The figure seems to move in sync with the man's pace, keeping close distance as if deliberately shadowing him. What it could possibly want is anyone's guess. Thankfully, the clip ends without any clear confrontation, and the man appears completely unaware that anything is behind him at all. Some viewers believe this could be a genuine shadow figure, one of those dark, unexplained entities often reported in paranormal encounters. The transparency and fluid movement make it feel less like a solid person and more like something not entirely physical. A more skeptical explanation is that it could simply be a trick of lighting or camera compression. Video editing is also a possibility. Still, there's something unsettling about the way it trails him so closely in broad daylight. If the footage is authentic, it's a chilling reminder that whatever may be out there doesn't always wait for darkness to follow. Reddit user tbab01 posted the following piece of home security camera footage to the Paranormal Encounter subreddit, where it quickly sparked a heated discussion about what exactly was captured. Tbab explains his friend sent him this footage from an indoor security camera inside his house just a couple of days earlier. The friend says he doesn't remember waking up in the middle of the night, but noticed his camera system's noise detection had triggered an alert at around 1:30 a.m. His wife had apparently heard something as well, which led to them to check the footage the following morning. This is what they found.
Did the TV just crack? Oh, what the? Oh, nah, you gotta, nah. You gotta move.
If you look carefully at this point in the video, you can make out what appears to be a tall, shadowy humanoid figure standing or moving within the house. The shape looks almost human, yet slightly off. Dark, indistinct, and completely out of place in the quiet interior. It's not just the appearance that unsettles viewers, but the setting. This wasn't some abandoned building or remote location. It was someone's home in the middle of the night.
Nah, yeah, you
sleep
gotta
just
move,
away.
boy.
T-Bab says his friend was understandably shaken after seeing the footage, and that he and his wife are currently staying at a hotel for the time being. And honestly, it's hard to blame them.
Speaking,
Some viewers
have a
believe this
house
could be a genuine
exercise,
human entity,
that
possibly a shadow
exorcism
figure,
performed.
silently moving through the house in the early hours of the morning. A more skeptical explanation is simply that the entire clip could be a hoax. The figure may have been staged intentionally, either as a prank or for attention online. With the security cameras, controlled lighting, and a bit of planning, it wouldn't be difficult to create something that looks convincing at first glance. Still, whether it's an elaborate setup or something far harder to explain, the image of that dark shape standing inside someone's home is enough to leave a lasting impression. It's the kind of footage that lingers with you long after the video ends. And that was 7 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Brand new Bigfoot footage that's shocking the world. Today we take a look at new Bigfoot footage and sightings coming from Canada, Ohio, and many other places with very convincing evidence. From HD Sasquatch trail camera videos to Bigfoot hunting clips and so much more. Also stay tuned for a special and crazy nature clip at the end of this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So grab your I Found Bigfoot coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we dive into the newest clear Bigfoot footage. Alright, first I wanted to give a special shout out to my newest channel members. We have Brian McGuire E6X, we have Neon Princess 9788, we have John Merton 8126, Elizabeth Garza 4159, and Geary Cook Q9D. Thank you guys so much for becoming channel members. I really appreciate your guys' support. It means the world. And if you too want to become a channel member today, you can go ahead and go down below this video, and there's a join button beside my profile picture or the subscribe button, and you can click that today to join. Alright, let's get into the evidence. So if you guys keep up with Bigfoot evidence like I do, you probably have heard of the name Todd Standing before. I've covered practically all of his sightings here on my channel, while he's just now in the process of releasing some brand new evidence. He describes himself as a wilderness tracker who has spent years studying what he believes to be a Sasquatch population. A real population of Bigfoot-like creatures living deep in the mountains of Western Canada. Standing says he has had numerous close encounters and claims to have captured some of the clearest video and photographic evidence of the creature ever recorded. While recently he took someone named Paul Calandrino on a so-called Bigfoot expedition with him. On this expedition, they would not only come in contact with a male Sasquatch, but they would catch it on film. But for now, he's only released these 2 still shots from the video, but he says he's going to release the full video and all of the sighting details by the end of this month.
Yeah.
So as soon as everything comes out, I'll definitely be making another video. I just wanted to let you guys in on this and show you what he has released so far, because even though it's just 2 still shots, they're still pretty compelling. The first video still isn't super exciting though, it's just the top of the supposed Sasquatch head. All we can see is the left side of its dome-shaped head slightly peeking over a snowy log. But the second video still is much more exciting. We see the full domed head of the Bigfoot-like creature, seemingly hiding behind the fallen branches. Let's take a listen about what Todd Standing himself has to say about all of this.
To the right of this weird upside-down rooted log, there's the head. That's the first one. Here we are second week. Here on the other side of the log, in a bigger space, is a much clearer shot of a Sasquatch's head. Now remember, this is video stills. The footage is all coming out.
He compares his new captures to some of his previous, way more famous captures. He claims it has the same domed head, and when they encountered it in real time, it looked a lot like Jake, the name he gave to this Sasquatch-like creature that he supposedly encounters a lot out there in the mountains. But I guess we'll have to stay tuned to see the full clip and to see what they really captured this day. So far, it's still some pretty cool evidence. It's not often you see a classic Bigfoot researcher come out with some new evidence that was just captured. Let me know what you guys think though. Here is a newer Bigfoot video just highlighted at the beginning of the year. This one is absolutely terrifying, showing an up-close encounter from a couple of hunters. They were out hunting this day when they recalled hearing something very large getting closer and closer to them. Eventually, it would make itself known, and it wasn't happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one's a bunch of crap right there.
It began charging directly at them, and this is when one of them quickly grabbed their camera and recorded the attack last second.
Okay, buddy.
This absolutely gigantic creature
You're
rushes
funny.
at them, and the man has no choice but to shoot. It's unknown if he missed the shot or if he hit the creature. Regardless, it didn't have any effect on it.
Okay.
The creature completely bowls them over, knocking the camera out of the man's hand. This is where the footage ends, though. Now, we don't know exactly what happened next, but it was said that their camera was found near their hunting location, but the 2 men were nowhere to be seen. This isn't 100% verified, though. If this is the case, this was likely their last footage. Now, even though the footage is very clear and close up, skeptics aren't satisfied, claiming this could be a good AI clip made to trick the internet. Which AI is very good now, and I feel like I talk about it a lot, but it does need to be talked about. This could be the answer with this one, but man, it looks so real. Usually it's at least somewhat easy to distinguish between artificial intelligence and real videos, but this one just looks so real. The way the creature moves towards them, the way the man shoots the rifle, their realistic reactions, I don't know. Could this be all too real and these men really did get attacked by a Bigfoot this day? Or is it too good to be true? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's take a look at some more up-close Bigfoot footage. This is a pretty unique sighting. Someone was tent camping deep in the woods of the Appalachian Mountains.
I'll be right back, chat.
It was early in the morning when the
Thanks for
camper
getting them
awoke
back,
to the
Jet.
sound of something moving through the nearby area, something that reportedly sounded very large and powerful. So he peeked out of his mosquito flap through his tent, and this is what he saw.
Dropshipping has never been this easy. I know this because I've built multiple six-figure stores using AutoDS.
Not knowing what else to do, he begins filming it through the mosquito flap. Because it's filmed through the screen, it kind of blurs the video and lowers the quality quite a bit, but we still can see the face of something that can only be described as Bigfoot. It has dark, hollow eyes, a large round nose, a strong bone structure. It really does look like something primate but human. The exact description of Bigfoot. Now this video was taken back in 2017 when AI videos weren't a thing like today, so we know it's not that. But man, imagine camping and waking up in the morning and looking out of your tent and this is what you see. The fact that the camper was able to keep his composure and get a good video is impressive. Also, like I said, this was taken in the Appalachian Mountains, a stretch of wilderness that is infamous for sightings like this. Not just Bigfoot sightings, but pretty much every cryptid you can think of. Pretty much anything scary you could think of. Ghosts, extraterrestrials, you name it. But anyways, I thought this was a very cool but deeply disturbing Bigfoot encounter. And I hope you guys did too. Coming right back at you with some more scary Bigfoot footage. This one is captioned, "Bigfoot attacks hunter in Ohio." Even though this is the caption, the attack isn't really seen in the video. Though the Bigfoot-like creature is moving towards them pretty aggressively. Take a look.
I don't add people on Discord.
The short clip was highlighted towards the beginning of 2025. I really wish the video was longer, but the clip we do have is pretty clear. This is obviously no bear, no gorilla, no known animal. It's something heavy, bipedal, and predatory. You can tell by its posture and the quickness of its movements that it's angry, and I'm pretty sure the filmers picked up on this pretty quickly. Right after recording this brief footage, they turn and run for their lives, knowing they would have no chance against a creature like this. But Ohio has a surprisingly rich history when it comes to Bigfoot reports. Even though the state isn't known for massive wilderness like Pacific Northwest, its deep forests, rolling hills, and river valleys have produced sightings for generations. In Ohio specifically, the creature is often nicknamed the Grassman. The name comes from reports claiming the being builds crude nests or bedding areas out of tall grass and branches. Witnesses typically describe it as 7 to 9 feet tall, heavily built, covered in dark hair, and sometimes giving off a strong odor. The Grassman is most strongly associated with eastern and southeastern Ohio, especially wooded regions near the Ohio River Valley. So is this the so-called Ohio Grassman? And why was it so angry? Maybe the hunters were in its territory or something? Whatever the reason, they were lucky to make it out of there alive. The following is a drone capture of Bigfoot in Texas. It was reportedly taken in 2022, but the specific location of Texas wasn't listed. And it wasn't just taken by any ordinary drone, it was taken by a thermal drone. This remote control drone was equipped with a thermal camera that picks up and records heat signatures. The only heat signatures we would see would be from something alive, and this thing here was certainly alive. As they flew the drone over a remote forest in Texas, it pictured this anomaly. What looks like a giant bipedal humanoid is striding through the open section. Its arms reach all the way down past its knees, a common trait often listed in Bigfoot depictions. We can see it has a stocky build. It has shorter, thick legs and an almost overweight look in its midsection. It also has the common round dome-shaped head with no visible neck. It's honestly a pretty good image. I'm sure when they flew this thermal imaging drone over top of this forest this night, this is the last thing they expected to catch. I also love thermal imaging evidence because there's really no doubt that this thing was there and it was alive. Sometimes in normal videos, people can mistake tree trunks or foliage for a Bigfoot if they're looking at it from the wrong angle. But with this one here, there's no doubt. Whatever this was, it was alive and it was out there.
I just built a budgeting app.
What? How?
day-54.
Here is another quick and new Bigfoot video going viral. This time it wasn't taken by a drone, but witnesses in a helicopter flying over a secluded section of forest. It was posted on February 1st, 2026. The caption reads, "Giant long-armed Sasquatch caught on camera by helicopter passengers walking along a mountain."
That's gotta be AI, right?
This alleged Bigfoot looks gigantic. Seeing it from a helicopter from decently far away and it still looks this big, that's how you know this thing is huge. The figure constantly walks down the dirt path surrounded by trees, unfazed by the helicopter above. The passengers were in awe, completely caught off guard by this creature. And looking closer, this one has brownish colored fur. Most Bigfoots are said to be this color, or a darker shade, or even covered in black hair. But of course, again, there's a debate between AI and not AI. And I'm just the messenger here. I just do my best to gather all of the hottest new Bigfoot footage and show it to you guys. So I'm gonna take a neutral stance on this one like I usually do and let you guys decide for yourselves what you believe. Regardless, it's a pretty cool piece of video. Especially putting yourself in the shoes of the helicopter passengers. What would go through your head in a moment like this, especially if you were a non-believer? This would make you question your entire life and your prior beliefs. Alright, here is another mysterious Bigfoot photo circulating the internet. It was reportedly taken in mid-2024, but where it was taken is unknown. It's believed a man was out fishing in a remote lake when he looked over to the other side of the shore, and this huge creature was just walking through the water along the side of the shore. It just walked along the shallows effortlessly, too swift to be a human. Even though he just snapped a photo and not a video, by its posture, we can almost see that it's walking through the water with little to no effort, just like the photographer claims. But if you've ever tried to walk through water that deep, you know it's not easy. But the features that stand out the most on this one are its broad shoulders and long arms.
Oh, not that.
Too swift to be a human.
It's the wrong thing.
Even though he just snapped a photo and not a video, by its posture, we can. But the features that. Its shoulders are exaggerated and muscular, wider than the rest of its frame. And yes, the image is pretty blurry, but despite the blurriness and the long distance from which it was taken, it's not a bad photo overall. And stories about fishermen spotting Bigfoot are fairly common in Sasquatch lore. Because fishermen are often out at dawn, dusk, or even overnight, they're in prime position to notice unusual movement or sounds in low light conditions. Common elements in fishermen encounters include a large figure watching from the tree line, rock throwing, a strong odor, strange vocalizations, and movement near fish activity itself. But despite the geographic differences in fishermen's Bigfoot encounters, the story structure often remains similar. Isolation, a sudden awareness of being watched, a large upright shape, and a quick disappearance into thick cover. This is likely because they're often out fishing in remote environments. And theoretically, Bigfoots who lived in the same kind of areas would probably develop the same kind of traits and characteristics because of adapting to this style of land and environment. But most importantly, what do you guys think about this one? Alright, let's get into another.
Alright, chat, we'll finish this video probably tomorrow night. I hope you have a blessed night. God bless.